Oh, hello, folks. There, welcome to the GhostÉire Channel. My name is Anthony Kerrigan. Sorry, now I don't know if we got a technical difficulty there with the intro. There's always something there. Maybe so much internet happening at the moment with ourselves there. Can you hear me there, Jessica and Derek?
Yeah, perfect.
Can you hear me? Welcome everyone to season 5 of the GhostÉire Channel. My name is Anthony Kerrigan, and tonight we are joined by Jessica Murphy, also from GhostÉire, and also Derek Whelan from GhostÉire.
Hey guys.
Thank you for having us. Woohoo!
We're going to be talking tonight, folks, about Stigmata. Also, we're also going to be talking about, we're going to be doing an oracle and tarot card reading also with Jessica Murphy also. And Jessica here, sorry. And also we're going to be talking about our show, Phantasm Collective, which is our new show. We're going to be delving into that, also telling you about a new broadcasting station that's going to be on as well. Jessica's going to give you some information on how you can contact us.
You betcha. So if you've got any questions for our guests or us, you can put them forward into the live feed. We will read them live and we will, get back to you right away. You can also head over to our website, which is www.GhostÉire.net. You can click on the contact page, fill in the blanks, and if you've got a private message, just put it in brackets, private message, and then we'll make sure to leave your name out of it if needed. If you are affiliated with any other paranormal team or tourist attraction, feel free to give us your name or the organization or yourself, and we can give you a shout. We'd love to work with you. Otherwise, we are coming live from Facebook. So we're also on GhostÉire.net. You can press the red button, the GhostÉire channel, and you'll be able to view the live show. So you'll also see what's coming and going on in the future, and some stuff that we've got going on in the past. So go check it out. There's a bunch there.
Yeah, thank you, Jessica. There, so we're going to give a shout out there to Joanne. Hello, Joanne.
Hi, Joanne.
Seekers of the Afterlife. Hope you're keeping well. Thanks for commenting there. Your name's going to be put in the draw, the lotto draw. You can see the lotto jar. Your name's going to go into that. Feel free to comment, people. If you comment, you'll have a chance to enter our competition, Astral Travel, which is going to be a chance to win cash prizes and also end. The first topic we're going to be talking about, I suppose, we'll talk about is going to be Stigmata, and so just bear with me for season first show back there. So I'm just going to go a bit about the Stigmata and about a few people that may have experienced it, and then maybe if you put your point of view across, you can do as well, and I'll get your personal point of view there as well. Jessica and Derek. So hi, Flynn. Hello, folks. I hope you're great. Good to see you. Good to see you as well, Flynn. I hope you're keeping well. Love to Cheryl as well, and I hope you're keeping well as well. I hope you're having a great weekend there. Great to see you there, Flynn. So stigmata are the appearance of wounds of Jesus Christ on a person's body. Some stigmata include representations of the wounds on Christ's back caused by the scourging and or the head wounds caused by the crown of thorns. But traditionally, stigmata consist of 5 classic points: the side, where Jesus was pierced with a spear to confirm that he was dead, and both hands and both feet, the wounds caused by nails of the crucifixion. Stigmata are also known as the 5 wounds or the sacred wounds of our Lord. So it's interesting there. I know we've recently there, the passing of the Pope Francis. We're going to talk about the person that he was named after, that he named himself after, and that is going to be Saint Francis of Assisi. And so Saint Francis of Assisi, this is from the Book of Saints, which I have here. I don't know if you can see it in the. I'm just going to read a bit out about Saint Francis of Assisi. So he's. This is an interesting book actually. There, it's by. Who was it by there? So I should really know this there. But it's called the Book of Saints anyway, and it tells you the feast days of the saints as well. And so the feast days, 4th of October, so for Saint Francis of Assisi, and he was born in 1181 and he died in 1226. And he's the patron saint of animals, birds, merchants, and zoos. Okay, so it's about animals and all that. So as a youth, Francis betrayed remarkably little of his future sanctity. His thoughts turned to religious contemplation after he was wounded in battle in 1201 and spent a year in captivity. While praying at San Domenio, a small neglected church in Assisi, Francis received divine auditory instruction. That's interesting. From a crucifix mounted in a church, issued the command, "Go and repair my house, which you see is falling down." Interesting. So Francis took out some church repairs. Francis took the injunction literally and sold his father's possessions to rebuild the church. Battling with his father, Francis renounced his inheritance, took a vow of poverty, even stripped off his clothing. Yet his extraordinary, charismatic, yet humble personality soon attracted followers. And in 1210, Francis wrote the first rule for his little order, emphasizing obedience, poverty, and orthodoxy. Around 1211, after a trip to Rome, the friars made crude homes in Possa Nicolia, near Assisi. They traveled inconsistently, preaching and living as laborers, farmers, and occasionally beggars. They distinguished themselves through their steadfast devotion to poverty because they were utterly dedicated locals who could cement opinions among the poor and uneducated. The church, in turn, effectively used the Franciscans to counter heresy. So interesting. Hi, Irene. How are you doing?
Oh,
We just talk about St. Francis of Assisi. And so, yeah. Oh, so Francis attempted to travel to Syria and then Morocco to convert Muslims, but circumstances frustrated him. Eventually, in 1218 or 1219, Sultan al-Kamil received him graciously, but refused to convert. Returning to Italy in 1220, St. Francis found his order in chaos. The Franciscans, now numbering more than 5,000, needed leadership and organization. And Francis, humbly reorganizing that he did not possess these abilities, stepped down as vicar general. Francis had a remarkable mystical experience in 1224 when he saw a fiery 6-winged seraph and a crucified Christ. Waking, he discovered Stigmata, the first verified account. So this is the first verified account of the stigmata. In 1225, Francis composed the song Canticle of Brother Sun, still popular today. Although only 45, Francis was infirm, nearly blind and ill. He died in Assisi in 1226. So then we're going to talk about just about the animals. Francis' rapport with animals and love for nature are well known. He hoped the Holy Roman Empire would enact an animal welfare law. One legend claims Francis tamed a ravening wolf by insisting that townspeople feed the beast, whose terrorizing had been dictated by hunger. The townsfolk even buried the animal in their church. In artwork, Francis is often attended.
Oh, there you are. For
All
once,
right,
it's not
Jessica's
us.
frozen there. Okay, go to you there first, Derek.
What's it about the Stigmata, is it?
Yeah, well, first of all, I suppose about Saint Francis there of Assisi.
Oh, yes. No, out of all the saints, he's actually my favourite saint. He was an amazing person, like, with the stigmata and stuff. I do believe that Jesus had stigmatas in his hands. I do believe Saint Francis had it in his hands as well, you know. So an amazing saint, an absolute amazing saint.
What do you reckon, Jessica, there?
You know, I mean, obviously, I think it's like, how do I describe this? I love the stories. I love how this has been one of those, like, how can I explain it? Sorry, the words have like lost me all of a sudden.
Mm.
Like, it's like a tradition that's been passed down through generations and generations and generations. Like, this is like not the folklore, but this is like our history that we've been passed down, not just through written word, but by spoken word. And, that could be like from, the religious leaders. It could be from families and friends. So I think I've got to give a lot of credit to it. It's like, yeah, this seems very like plausible. I believe it happened. I mean, I
Yeah.
believe in like the things that are unbelievable, right? So that's where I'm like, it's tricky for me because it's got a bit to do with the church, and that's fine. But there, in my own journey, it's something that I have to kind of weigh both sides. I'm like, okay, cool. I like to see it to believe it in my personal life, right? But this aside, I think I have to admire, like, again, this is the traditions that have been spoken and brought down through families and generations, and again through the churches of all different styles. So yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make sense, but that's just how I feel. That's kind of my
go on
standing.
to this. We're going to come to your comment there soon, Joanne. I'm just going to read this out. This is from this is the Irish Times, and this is by Brian May, and this is about Padre Pio there. So this is the man, as you can see on the screen there, Padre Pio. Born Francisco Forcina in southern Italy in May 1887, one of 5 siblings of small farmers up to the age of 10. He looked after the family's small flock of sheep and received 3 years' education in a local public school. To realize his desire to join the Capuchin order, he needed to further his education. So his father emigrated to the US to get the money, and at 15 he entered I think it's novitiate, taking the name Novicia. I think it's Novicia, taking the name Fray Pio or Friar Pius. As a novice, he suffered various illnesses that have been interpreted by some as inexplicable phenomena, such as religious ecstasy and levitation. Interesting. Following ordination, he was sent to the Capuchin community in the province of Foggia in I think it's Puglia. He remained in the town of San Giovanni Rotondo there for the rest of his life, except from a period of military service with the Medical Corps in Naples during the First World War. The stigmata corresponding to Christ's crucifixion wounds first appeared on him 100 years ago in September 1918 and lasted until the end of his life. They didn't deteriorate, nor did they heal, and the blood from them was said to smell of perfume, often referred to as a hagiography, as the odour of sanctity. Sorry now, my pronunciation of words has gone off today. Those close to him testified that he displayed other extraordinary abilities such as healing, biolocation, that means has been in one place and in another place somewhere else at the same time, prophecy, and performing miracles. The local bishop believed his Capuchin community were using him for financial gain. The papacy established many investigations and banned him from hearing confessions, from saying mass in public, blessing people, responding to letters, and displaying his stigmata publicly. He had to wear fingerless gloves. Those prohibitions remained in place until Pope Pius the 11th, but in the mid-1930s he lifted the ban, claiming he wasn't badly disposed towards Padre Pio, but that he had been badly informed. His successor, Pope Pius the 12th, encouraged people to visit Padre Pio, who had his critics. Some accused him of using carbolic acid to create and sustain his wounds. A hospital that he had planned and which was opened in 1956 also caused controversy, leading to accusations of misappropriation of funds. But Paul VI, who became Pope in 1963, dismissed all accusations against him. Padre Pio died in 1968. 10 years later, after he became Pope in 1978, John Paul II, who had visited him as a young priest while studying in Rome, began a canonization process that saw him proclaimed Saint Padre Pio in 2002. So, what are your thoughts towards that there, Padre Pio?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was an amazing person. Really thought he was amazing because my mother now, she used to go to see his tomb every year. He was just amazing, an amazing person. Like I think,
sounds like a caregiver of the community, right? A man of the people, as you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, very very interesting story there. How sorry, I love that from Joanne. Yeah, really interesting. But like I said, he seems like a really good, caring, genuine person. So yeah, that's really neat to see.
Yeah, Joanne makes this point there, which is very we just read it out there, So what's interesting is that apparently stigmata wounds smell sweet like roses, flowers, and never heal. I'm gonna read about another person in a second there that had it as well in the 20th century, early 20th century. Her name was Marie Rose Ferron. But as I was saying, that we're going to give probably the medical kind of side of it, which may side of it, so it might explain why it happens, as well. So the next person is Marie Rose Ferron, and she was known as Little Rose.
No Rose.
And she was she was born on the 24th of May 1902. If you can still see me, folks, just let me know, because I don't know if I'm rambling on or you're just still interested.
We'll see you. Don't worry.
So so she was born on the 24th of May 1902 in a stable in Saint Germain de Grantham, Quebec, Canada. Okay, Jessica. The 10th child of Rose de Lima Mathieu and Jean Baptiste Ferron. She was baptized Marie Rose Alma on May the 25th. At the age of 2, after a short prayer to Saint Anthony, she would quickly go to any lost or hidden object. The children made a game of it and would hide things for her to locate. Their mom scolded them. It's all right to ask, but you mustn't hide them and say you lost them. That's the thing. She was hiding them and then saying, "Can you?" Can you find them? Praying so that she can locate them.
Yeah.
In 1905, the family moved to Fall River, Massachusetts, and around that time, Rose became ecstatic, and remained so until her death. And I might pronounce that wrong. Ecstatic. The phenomenon of weight accompanied her ecstasis. During one of them, on the 13th of April 1929, in the presence of 5 witnesses, Rose asked the Lord of her sufferings were to last very long, and repeated the answer, saying 7 years. Now, this is from, sorry, I've got to say, this is from the roseferron.org organization. She then counted on her fingers to know how old she would be and stopped at 33. Rose was 26 at the time, and she died at the age of 33, the same as Jesus. May of 1925, the family moved to Woonsocket. Where's Woonsocket? Do you know that?
No, I can look it up though.
No.
Can you
It's
spell
in
that?
Quebec. It's around Quebec off the USA. They arrived at a time that the trouble was breaking out between Bishop William Hickey and the Centralists. She was visited by Bishop Hickey at her home and asked that she offer her sufferings to stop the threat of schism under the diocese. I may pronounce this wrong. She accepted, and in time, all 56 excommunicated Centralists submitted and returned to the fold of the church. At the end of 1926, the stigmata of the flagellation appeared during Lent in 1927, those of the hands and feet. In November 1927, the reception of Holy Communion without decollation was noticed. In January 1928, the stigmata of the thorns made their appearance. During Lent of 1929, that of her heart. In the month of August 1929, her eyes shed tears of blood. From that time on, each Friday she represented the Holy Fast. Towards the end of 1929, the crown of thorns fully developed. In 1930, during the month of July, the month of the precious blood, the phenomenon of the Holy Face was repeated every day. On the 1st of August 1930, the stigmata disappeared, but the pains were felt with more intensity. Still, in the days she suffered the most, her former stigmata became purple and oozed a kind of serum. When she died on the 11th of May 1936, one could still see one of the branches of the crown of thorns stigmata. Always in pain, never complaining, always smiling, hiding her pain. Ecstasy, I think it's ecstasy and stigmata are nothing but charisms, and in themselves do not sanctify. What sanctified little Rose was her virtuous life. She loved God so intensely that he communicated her charity when she spoke. During life she suffered martyrdom with patience and joy for the good of the church. Her soul was adorned with Christian virtues, and she practiced them with the heroism of a true victim. While she lived, people called on her and asked her for prayers. Many favors were thus obtained. Since her death, they still call on her, and favors continue to come. Meanwhile, those who invoke her are increasing in number, and some are reporting wonderful cures. So she's been associated with cures as well.
Yeah.
We'll just come out to a few of your comments there. PJ says, PJ says, hi all. My mom had so much faith in him, and there's a shrine in Castle Iron Church for Padre Pio. Yes, so
the glove was actually there, Anthony.
Very common in families today, Padre Pio.
But his actual glove is in Castle Island.
Your mum went there as well, wasn't it, Derek? Yeah.
Yeah, but Padre Pio's glove, it's actually in Castle Island. The actual glove, his actual glove is in Castle Island.
Oh, I I didn't realize.
Oh, the glove.
in the church. Well, it was. No, I don't know if it's still there now or not, but it was there. Yeah.
Oh, right. That's interesting.
No, I don't know if it's
Okay,
still there now or not, but it was there. Yeah.
Yeah, TJ says, hi all. Hope you're all keeping well. Great to catch a live show for the first time in a long time. Hi PJ, how you doing, mate? I know
Hey,
it's been a
DJ, how
long
are
time now. I
you?
hope you're keeping well, and hope you're still. I think you're DJing now. Let us know if you're still DJing. Great if you are there and you're keeping well. It's great to hear from you. PJ says, spot on was indeed. That's correct. He says. So we're going to just go over to a couple of the examples of what could be causing the stigmata. So hermatodrosis is an extremely rare condition that has not been widely studied, and as such, its precise cause is still unknown. This is from the ranker.com list. This information. However, there is some evidence that acute stress may cause the condition. Causes of hermatohydrosis are more frequently reported by people under intense stress, such as death row inmates or those who experience past trauma. The theory is that various blood vessels gather near the skin during times of stress. For those with severe anxiety, the vessels actually rupture. This causes blood to pass through the skin in the form of sweat. Keep in mind this is just one theory. Other possible explanations for hematohydrosis include excessive exertion and complications with menstruation. Personally, self-harm cannot be ruled out either as well, because this could be a way of just trying to get notice as well, or trying to harm yourself. Most interesting thing is that in October, one of the recent cases in October 2017, a story broke of a woman in Florence, Italy, who had a tendency to sweat blood. She reportedly sweat from her face and hands during exercise, other physical exertion, or in her sleep. The condition seemed to get worse during times of intense stress. Doctors ended up diagnosing her with hermatodrosis and attempted to treat the condition with a beta blocker. So far, they have been unable to eliminate symptoms, and the condition has caused the woman a great deal of emotional distress. Now, I don't know how recent this article is on ranker.com, but it just gives a little example of what the stigmata could be medically. The church's view is, I think this is church's view on stigmata. This is on the franciscanmedia.org page. The stigmata is not part, their view, this is their view of it. The stigmata is not part of essential Catholic teaching. You could deny that any person other than Christ ever received the marks of his passion and be a good Catholic. The church has canonized several people who apparently had these wounds, but the church does not commit itself on their authenticity. So there's a little tiny bit skeptical of it as well, the church. So Bridget says, hi Bridget. Hi all, how you doing, Bridget? So what's your final thoughts on there before we move on there?
Yeah, interesting. I think
what
everything
do you reckon
is
about that there, Jessica?
Sorry, as I just talk. Yeah, I think everything, I think that's human nature to be a bit skeptical, right, about these things, right? I know that, I don't know if the last case you mentioned, there might have been one in Samoa. This was a few years ago now, but now, again, this recent case, because it was so hard to prove, and it was, again, I don't know if it's, again, that skepticism, and everybody is like, well, maybe it's more of like a mental health issue and not necessarily, again, in that self-harm capacity, instead of, what is this? So like I said, I think it's human nature to always question that. That is what we do. That's what we're always going to do. Right. But again, it's so hard to say. I'd love to say that, yeah, this is the connection has been made, and this is, factual. But again, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Derek?
Yeah, no, I do kind of believe in that. Like, I do believe that Jesus had a stigmata in his hands, and I do believe that Padre Pio had it. Like, with the others, kind of a bit iffy about that. But with with Padre Pio, I do believe that it was actually genuine stigmata.
Yeah. Now, do you think part of that is because we have like more not tangible evidence, but like over the course of his life and his his brilliance? Because like again, he started with the Capuchin monks when he was like what, in his teens, right? So like
Yeah.
he's dedicated his life. It's such, it's so
Yeah,
different.
but see, where I'm coming from is with my mom. She's
Yeah.
been to his
Yeah.
so he's whatchamacallit, his tomb or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And she said when she was there, it's just a very like when she used to go to it, it was just a completely weird experience, not a bad experience, but a good experience.
Yeah.
And she said it was just pure love and pure. It was like Jesus was here with her or something such. It was just very amazing, like especially with Padre Pio, I think.
Absolutely. No, I think that that's fair to say. Like, I do think that that's like an accurate,
And
encounter, let's say.
And going back to Anthony's thing there earlier on when you were saying that there was smell of perfume coming off his hands, a lot of people actually have been there and actually have smelled the perfume around his tomb, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
strange, it's weird,
interesting
like.
thing about
It's interesting.
yeah, being objective to that, and maybe you don't have to be Moses left at the site there. I don't know. It's that kind of way. When people visit, it's normally around springtime or the smell, the air, the wind coming in there as well. But it's interesting what you said there. I remember Mark Manning there, who does Scary Eerie, makes a good comment yesterday. He's when the Pope died, was it yesterday, and he's seen the funeral day, and he's not totally holy himself, but he ended up blessing himself. But at the end of the day, he's not religious or anything. But when he did that in that moment, he felt an overall peace within himself. And just that moment there, it's a kind of peace that probably you don't have to be blessing yourself. It could be any other kind of religious organization, or you could be just there taking a moment in your life there, walking or whatever, peace, kind of quietness or whatever, reflection of yourself at time, and you feel that kind of sensation there. And that's what people probably feel there. And that's what probably helps. I suppose as we're back to Rosemary Ferron, it's kind of nice to have this kind of chance of a chance for miracles to happen, that you can actually look for cures as well, or go and have that kind of opportunity to try that, and give that sort of positive thinking, I suppose, in the mind for that to happen. So we're going to go into we're going to pick out. We've got a quickly comment. We've got 10 seconds to comment, folks, if you want to enter our competition. I'm going to pick a winner in 5, 4, 3, 2. Not you, Jessica. 1. Here we go.
Waiting.
Bridget, you're going to have to stay tuned, Bridget. I'm going to pick another one. Well done there, Bridget. I'm going to pick another one off the lotto jar there. We're going to see who's second in case you're not there, Bridget. Irene. Well done, Irene.
Well done.
And we've got to pick one more, just in case. Flynn. Okay, so Flynn. So stay tuned. We're going to be asking you to pick out some numbers soon. So now we go. As well, we're going to got to do a tarot or an oracle card reading there. Who's up for? Just comment there. Anyone on the live feed if you want a reading.
Anybody want? Hello, Bridget.
Just say you want. Just say please. Next person to say please, and
if you like a
that's the magic word,
reading,
and you'll get a free reading off Jessica.
Yeah, and I guess before I do any readings as well, I'm going to tell you what I'm using. So when I do my readings and that, especially when I do. Sorry, this is how I know I'm being connected, because I kind of go, what? I got to block right this stuff out. So I use 2 primary decks here. One I use is full tarot, and then one I use is an animal spirit deck. Now, I kind of range from both. Now, I do go heavily on my tarot. I interpret things my own way. Now, everybody reads tarot, but a little bit differently. Sometimes you reference the book. Sometimes you go off the feeling. It's, it's a nice tool. Anyways, so, yeah, I guess we'll get started. I'm excited.
We got a few lined up. We're coming TJ there. So
TJ was first in there.
Yeah, so TJ first. We'll try and get through 4 of you there. TJ, Bridget.
Yeah,
maybe you do the one for all 4 of them.
All good. You guys won. It's all good. That's fine.
I'm only joking, a lesson. So, go with TJ first.
Okay. So, to everybody, when I do readings, keep in mind it's what you want to know, or sorry, it's what you need to know, not what you want to know. So I would say, like, be open to interpretation, but don't make these fit, right? So this is like a sign from your spirit guide that, you know, I would say it's like a number of importance things. So if things come up, you're so sweet. Thanks, PJ. When it comes to, like, you know, if warnings or whatever else come up, like, just, you know, don't be afraid. It usually just means that, okay, your spirit guides want you to pay attention to some stuff. So, okay, TJ. So you're chill. I can tell. You're just a chill. You're eager and you're excited, and I love you for it. Okay, cool. So, okay. So I've got 3 cards for you. Bear with me one minute. How I read my cards again, because everybody is a little bit differently. I'm going to look it up. I'll read the card, and then I'm going to tell you the feelings I get from it. So we'll go from there. So I hate, the one thing I do ask is, like, just verify. Just put in the chat, be like, ding dong, or whatever. Just be like, if I'm close or not. Otherwise, I'm like reading to a wall. So I have no idea. Okay. I knew this card was going to come up for you. Okay, so we've got the Prince of Swords. So logical, perceptive, insightful, blunt. An exciting intellectual challenge, brilliant insights, information that you need but might be challenging to receive. Review all documents very carefully. So, like, this is my Prince of Change. So I said, I'm like, you like got a good vibe to you. It does feel like you're up for everything. Exactly, Flynn. Don't make it fit. But it does feel like you were like, yeah, I'm game. I'll try it. Let's do it, you know? But also I do have to say, like, just because you're up for those challenges and up for, like, you know, anything doesn't mean that everything always has to change. Does that make sense? It feels like, I don't want to say not a bandwagon, but it feels like when things happen, you're like, yeah, let's do it. Whereas, like, okay, maybe let's just, you know, don't have to do everything all the time. So next one I have, okay, is the One of Wands. An amazing opportunity. Be bold, courageous, and optimistic. Now is the time to take action. Do what you're passionate about. So whenever I see him, I always get, like, call to reminder, like, if there's, like, something that you wanted to do when you were younger, or, you know, your first dream, when you were like, oh, I'd love to do this, or I'd love to be this, I'd love to go there. That's kind of your guide's point of saying, okay, maybe we should revisit some of those instances. Maybe those feelings that we kind of, you know, wrote off as, you know, just, I was just young when I thought those. Maybe now's the time to kind of revisit. Yep, here we are. 10 of Swords. The end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both. The opportunity for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders, the end of addiction, a melodramatic reaction. So when it comes to this, I always say this is like a choice to leave a situation. So especially with the swords, it's they're quite an emotional, or it's quite a lot of thought has been put into this. So I do think change is good for you. I think, like, you are faced with a decision to move forward. Now, I don't think it's necessarily a bad decision. I just think it's maybe at this point in your life that you're like, you know, maybe just not feeling this part of your life anymore. Do you know what I mean? I think you're ready to go into the next chapter. So, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling. So, I hope it works.
Okay, we'll move on to the next person. That's all right, sis.
Yeah, you betcha. That was TJ.
If you Bridget there, we'll go on to Bridget there, and she says, yeah, please.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll.
Hi, Colette as well. How are you doing, Colette from
Hey, Colette.
Witches?
Perfect. Bear with me. For those who do tarot,
Irish Witches Unite.
Huh?
Irish Witches Unite. This is where Colette's from.
Oh, I see. Okay, perfect. I'm just clearing my deck here. Give me 1 minute and we'll get on to that. So, Bridget. Okay. Bridget, you've got much more of a calm demeanor. Interesting. It's good. You seem very peaceful and, like, I don't know what the best word. You just, like, you're very chill. You're a very chill human. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've got a handful. Okay. So, first things first for Bridget. The end of challenging times. Things are looking up. A welcome relief. Finding your way to a peaceful place. I knew this. The end of depression or an illness. Travel or relocation. What I always like to put this to is, like, it feels like you've got everything you need and you're protecting it and you're, like, moving it to safety. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, the best way, I mean, like, this is a mother and a son, and she's like, this is what I need. This is all I need. My precious cargo. and me. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's that choice to move forward. I think whatever the next step is, you have everything you need, if it's tangible or not. So keep that in mind. Enthusiastic, optimistic, creative, impatient, news of exciting opportunities, allowing your creativity to soar, do things that fuel your passions, and finish what you start. So again, so Bridget, it does feel like, again, this is my adolescence. This is my prince. This is my page, sorry. My page of wands. So he is like my adolescent. So whenever I see him, I'm kind of like, it's again in that transitional phase of life where we're kind of going on to the next. So it does feel like there's a big transition in your life right now, and it could be like putting on your big boy pants and doing that kind of stuff and taking charge, right? So that maybe is what the situation is calling for, is a little bit more taking charge. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, or what it feels like, anyways. So some logical conversations that you got to have with yourself, but change. I got that. This is my page again. So like, it's exciting, but definitely review those documents. Look out for yourself. Remember to think of yourself there. Okay. All right.
Okay, so we've got 3 more. We'll just stick to 3 more there. We've got Joanne. Joanne wants to know, Joanne wants to know, is Anthony great, good looking?
Perfect. Perfect. Thanks.
On to the next person. Please, I'm joking. Am I joking? Yeah, for Joanne.
Joanne's been here for like the whole thing, so she's ready. Okay. So Joanne. Your like energy is really nice. And I mean that as you're like, it's like your ears perked. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what I get when I channel into her a little bit. It's like, ooh, ooh. Good job, Bridget. Do take care of yourself too, please. Okay. So Joanne, yeah, you've got your ears perked. I'm like, ooh, girl, what are you? You're like eager for this news, whatever it is. You're like, I'm ready. Okay. Is that a challenge? Is this a challenge, girl? What? Oh, sorry. I thought I saw another text. Oh my God. I can't even shuffle. You're making me nervous, Joanne. Okay. Okay.
You're up there, Flynn, after this one there. I'm just reading it.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll get you in there, Flynn. Don't you worry. Okay. Oh, but you were such a delicate creature. Sorry, Joanne. I'm in your like little zone here, and you were like, I don't know. I'm getting really nice vibes off of you. So thank you for letting me into your space. Children or childhood, revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child, the return of people or romances from your past, romanticizing how things used to be. So I always think this is like, it's like a peace offering card, but it's like such a lovely, kind of like a daydream. And that's not a bad thing. It sounds like such a lovely place to be. And like, I do hope that in whatever phase of this, it's like full chalices. It's loving. It's a very loving space. I felt that from you right away. Ooh, the 3 of Wands. Planning for the long term, abundance from past choices, pride in the success of your labors. Be patient as you decide what's next. Now, what I always do whenever I see her, like she's in so much control of what's going on around her. She's creating the magic around her. That's the best way I can describe this card. So she's the way, it's like everything's happening and moving because she's making it move. Do you know what I mean? She's putting the sun in the sky. She is lighting up her own world. So I think that that's such a beautiful vibe to live in. And then here we have protect what you've created. Be prepared and never give up. Ask your angels for help. Environmental activism and animal rights. So this is that 9 of Wands. So you notice how this woman here, whoopsie, sorry, my camera's inverted. That. So she's in full control, but now she's protecting herself there too. So keep that in mind. So just because your world might be rosy, people might still kind of egg at you a little bit here. I just think you've created such peace. And I would hate to see anybody kind of upset that balance. Like I said, your energy is so calm and so like loving and gentle that I think you have firm beliefs, and I think you need to stand up for that. So stand up for yourself and look out for yourself. Perfect. All right.
I think Flynn's up there, so Flynn's next there.
More of a 10 of Cups for Joanne. Yeah, perfect. Okay, Flynn. All right. Okay, Flynn. Very logical.
Joanne said it resonates with her.
I'm doing a little manifest. Yes, do. Can I, before I do Flynn's, I'm so sorry, and I will do your stuff. The 27th. Today is a magical day. We are going into the new moon in Taurus. Manifest, guys. Manifest. I literally wrote down my list for the universe to give me. So today is the day. So this is your call to action. Manifest whatever you want. Perfect. Okay. So Flynn, like I said, I feel like a really level-headedness to you is kind of the way I can feel it. I don't know. I feel like, it's great. It's a good feeling to be in. Good shoes to be in. Okay. So. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Managing your resources wisely, extremes in how you give or receive money, time, or emotions, smart business decisions, seeing things as black or white, or being charitable. So this is the 4 of coins. I'll show you first. And I just have to feel her out a little bit here. Because part of me feels like every time I see her, I kind of pick up different feelings. But this time I'm feeling like I don't want to say it's a sadness, but it's like, oh, I got to hand over that money. Like, I know it's really important and I've got to invest in it. And I feel like it's a painful investment in terms of I don't want to see the money go. And maybe it's not money, maybe it's not time. I do think you're weighing its value. Let's say that. So whether it's a monetary value or it's a time value, it's that sort of investment that you're like, is it a fair trade? I think you've got some considering to do, but I do think that you see the importance in, whatever it is you're bargaining for. Okay, this is part of it. Working too hard or too many hours, the need for balance in life, let others help you, help problems due to stress. And this is the 10 of Wands. So she is clearly taken on way too much. She is thanking her stars that this wasn't worse. So this is where I'm like, okay, if you need to start asking for help, if you need to start delegating, if you need to manage your load, this is the time. This is your reminder from your guides that hey, let's take a minute. Because this is again, she's thanking her stars. Look at the relief on her face. I don't know if you can kind of see it. But she's like, that was close, right? So it could be her health is on the line. I don't know if you can see that, but there's the staff in there. So whenever I see her, I'm like, okay, this is that call to action that you need to reevaluate where the support is coming from. And if you don't have any support, okay, then you might have too much on. Then we've got to make sure that you can hold what's in your basket, say. The World. So this is a brilliant success. So a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment, freedom to do whatever you want, be proud of yourself. And that's what it feels like more or less is don't forget to be proud of yourself and how far you've come and everything that you've done for yourself. Because it does feel like you are the one that's propelling a lot of this stuff here. You seem like when I step into your energy there, like I said, I think you're someone that gets things done, but it is, I think we forget and we don't give ourselves enough credit. So remember, the world that you're in, she's smiling. You got to thank yourself too. Yeah. Be proud of yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
But there's one more there.
Yeah. Oh, Colette. Oh, Anthony's out. I will do you right away there, Colette. No problem. Perfect. Of course. Thanks, Lynn. Okay. Okay, so Colette. So I'm just kind of feeling you out here. My first, again, and Derek understands this, Anthony, you do as well. When you're kind of stepping into someone's energy, you kind of get that first impact. I don't want to say this because I'm also tired, but it does feel like it's been a long week or a long weekend. And it is finally you're able to get up. But I got a little bit of pain here into my left eye. Not pain, but it just feels like I am so fucking tired. Pardon my language. Am I allowed to swear on this podcast? I don't know if I did. Sorry. Sorry.
We haven't cut off yet.
I didn't realize.
For the moment.
I was like, oh, crud. Sorry, guys. Yeah, no, but it does feel like it's been a long time coming for you. So look after yourself. Let's see here. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Okay. Motivational, inspiring, theatrical, ambitious. Take a leadership role. Step into the spotlight. Public speaking. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Communicate your vision and don't be sensitive to criticism. So this is my King of Wands there. So this is again like you're in full control, you're in full power, and part of that is being like you're being the one up front here. I'm gonna feel out the rest of the cards here because it doesn't this card doesn't match how I'm feeling about you. Of course, I mean this is again we're not going to try and make it fit. Okay, this guy's come up 3 times now in 3 separate occasions here. So clearly we love change. Logical perspective, insightful, blunt, an exciting intellectual challenge, brilliant insights, information that you need but might be challenging to receive. Review all documents very carefully. You are drained. I feel that honestly, Colette. Like I'm like Christ, girl. Like I'm tired. Like, but I get it. Like I feel it for you. But like it feels like you are on display, if I'm being honest. Like that's kind of what it feels like, is like, and if you don't do it, who else is gonna do it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking. I was feeling you need a blueprint. You need a plan, girl. So this is my Knight of Coins. So he's my blueprint card. He's like, okay, plan of action. This is what we're going to do. The loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive. Plan carefully before taking action, but then get going. Pay attention to the details. Wait for perfect timing, a guardian angel, or someone who watches over you. So this part of it is, okay, yeah, you are on display, or you are in the center of this. You are the spotlight. Okay. This is important because we have to be kind of unbiased. We got to be the one that's, not on nobody's side, but again, we're unbiased. This one is, but we want change. Clearly there's exciting change that you're looking for. Change is everywhere around you and you are in full control of it. So, yeah, I would just say, take your time with those documents, but make your plan. Have comfort that somebody is with you. Oh, yes, you do need a huge break. And this is part of it. I think part of it is it's in your plan. This is in your plan. You've got to start. Maybe it starts with manifesting. Maybe it starts tonight. Write out what you want. Write out what the rest of the year will look like for you. And I want you to do that in terms of the universe can help me with this. The universe is going to put this in my path, or it's going to put this in my path, and it's going to be easy for me to accept because there's going to be a blatantly right answer, right? It's not going to make it confusing. I think you need to write that out, and you need it on paper. And that's kind of, I'm getting called to that again. It's like, you need a firm plan, not just for you, but for your guides. I think your guides are like ready for you to do this. They want, what's the word? Direction. They want direction from you. So yeah, I feel that for you, Colette. I really do. So I hope this is your time. Put a glass of water, drink the next day. Sorry, I can't even read that. Witchy tip. Put out a glass of water, drink next day, say what you want into the water. The vibes go into water, and go all around your cells. Exactly. I've done this a few times with different things. And now it's new moon, so you can put it out in like the moon energy. But energy, this is all energy, right? So the way you speak to yourself and about your food and about your water, everything like that, it carries that energy. So if I'm going to say to my bottle of water, I'm going to put full praise in it, and I'm like, this is the best. This is going to hydrate me. This is going to make me feel like I'm the smartest girl on the road. I am going to be, whatever. Like it's going to bring me that passion because I put my intention into it. And I think that starts with your intention. Make it start tonight, Colette. I know that you're on this track. I think you're going to do it. I know you don't have a lot to give right now, but do give yourself this. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Jessica. It's amazing. Thank you for that, Dan. Thank you for those that participated, giving having the braveness to come on and ask for a reading as well, because it takes a lot of that courage as well to do that there. Flynn says thoughts become things. True, absolutely. Yeah. And you're just trying to tongue twist me there now, Flynn.
Exactly. Yep. Starts as a feeling.
We're just going to go on to the next subject, which is Phantasm Collective there. So we're coming into the last third of the show there. Before we do that Bridget, I want you to give me a number between 1 and 4. Listening carefully now, Bridget. A number between 1 and 4. A number between 5 and 8. and a number between 9 and 12. I'll repeat that again. I need a number between 1 and 4, either 1, 2, 3, or 4. A number between 5 or 8, 5, 6, 7, or 8. And a number between 9, 10, 11, and 12. So a number between 9 and 12. If you're there, Bridget, if you can do that. Jessica, if you could just give us how people can contact us.
Gotcha. Yeah. So if you've got any questions for us, you can put them forward onto the live feed. We'll answer them as we see them. You can also head over to our website, which is www.ghostére.net. You can click on the contact page and fill in the blanks. And if you have a private message, just put private message in brackets there, and we'll make sure to answer you discreetly. If you're affiliated with any paranormal teams or a tourist attraction, feel free to name the group or the organization, and we will definitely give you a shout out. And the next thing, we are coming live on Facebook. Here we are. So you can also head on over to our website, www.ghostére.net. You can press the red button and GhostÉire Channel. You'll be able to view us live from anywhere. So, you'll see what's coming on in the future or catch up with past shows and seasons from there.
Excellent, great there. Colin says, hi, Colin. I know sorry, Colin, you had to be tuned in earlier on. Unfortunately, this is Bridget had the chance because she commented earlier on. Unfortunately, but there will be another competition, and on the next show, definitely there. So the next subject, folks, is going to be the Phantasm Collective, the show that is our own show that we created ourselves. If you haven't seen the trailer, this is it. So I'm going to show you it now. Phantasm Collective. My name is Anthony Kerrigan.
And I'm Jessica Murphy. We are members of a paranormal psychical study group called GhostÉire.
Established in 2009, we have travelled all over the Isle of Ireland, reaching out beyond the veil, delving into the minds of numerous spirit beings, yet managing to maintain rational thinking towards strange phenomena.
In this series, we'll be examining the possibility of human survival and the mystical activity associated with it. We'll visit several historic locations, working alongside our team, other paranormal crews, and experts in the field to find definitive answers to the most thought-provoking questions.
This is the Phantasm Collective. Especially if I don't unmute myself there. Sorry.
There we go.
Just mute
It's like being
myself.
held back.
That's the Phantasm Collective there, folks. So I'm just going to explain a bit about the show there. I'll come to your comments soon. Joanne and Bridget, they're part of Seekers of the Afterlife Paranormal group there. So this is going to hope to we'll probably work with you. Great to be working with you in the future as well, Bridget and Joanna as well. We do little documentaries as well with paranormal teams for the Halloween extravaganza. So it'd be great to work with yourselves there as well in the coming months and years as well.
Yeah.
And also coming soon. So this is the Phantasm Collective. So I'm just going to explain what the show is about. The show is centered around three key aspects of the paranormal investigation: spiritual encounters, psychological and physiological factors, and environmental technical data. Each episode explores one of these aspects with the aim of answering an essential question by the end of the show. The series is designed to appeal to both skeptics and believers, providing a balanced view of paranormal phenomena. And I would like to thank Adam from unexplained.ie because he helped me in doing this kind of intro, well, the main synopsis of what the show is about. So here's what happens in each episode. A typical episode unfolds over 2 nights of investigation. On the first night, either a local paranormal team or the GhostÉire team itself will conduct an initial exploration of the site, gathering data and observing phenomena. The second night is dedicated to experimenting with various techniques in an effort to find rational explanations for the events encountered. The show's visual style will include night vision cameras, high-quality static filming, and drone footage that captures the eerie beauty of the locations. Leading investigations are Anthony Kerrigan and Jessica Murphy, two experienced investigators with a deep-seated passion for the paranormal. It shows deep research, open-minded approach to the paranormal, and interesting use of technology will hopefully set it apart from other paranormal programs. The team employs equipment such as EEG brainwave monitoring and acoustic cameras, blending traditional paranormal investigation methods with modern scientific techniques to capture and analyze data in ways might not have been found of before. Phantasm Collective includes a range of experts such as Samuel Lawrence, a hypnotist, Andy Mercer, a psychotherapist and researcher, and John Fraser from the Society of Psychical Research, otherwise known as the SPR. Collaborations with teams like Puckervo Paranormal and Paragirls further added to the investigative process, ensuring that each episode is grounded in experience and diverse perspectives. The shooting and editing style of Phantasm Collective is documentary focused, but with a thrilling, educated edge. So yes, it's out at the moment. You can purchase it on a website. There's a button for it on a website, www.ghostére.net. I'm going to go show a few photographs and show other areas where you can purchase it as well. So some of the experiments involved include that are on a whole series. You might know some of these. If you know some of them or have used them in the past, you feel free to comment. The Estes method, dowsing, calling out vigils, torture cards, permission board, retrocognition, hypnotism, scrying, manifestation board, water scrying, all-seeing eye pyramid board scrying, transmediumship, stroke Enochian magic, sound test, telepathy, stroke past enactment, and that's it. There we go. So it's got a bit of everything for everyone. So it's got the science, and then it's kind of in 3 different areas. We've got the occult, the spiritual side. We've got the psychological and physiological side, which is probably our body. Then we've got the environmental side and the technical side, which is monitoring, analyzing, and using different pieces of equipment. And Flynn says, would you be using EMF detectors and EVP sensors during your show for live data feed from the magnetic fields? Yes, as you can see there, we used them at the mainly for base testing with the EMF kind of the electro field and the magnetic field and the radio active and microwaves. They were mostly for base testing, but there's some teams that we did work with there that came on board. As you said, PJ there from Puckervo, they used K2 meters as well and different types of devices to pick up EMF. And they did do calling out sessions there, so using digital or auditor recorders, auditive recorders to pick up, see if they can pick up any sounds in the vicinity. Colette says, sounds very exciting, can't wait to watch it. Yeah, so you can watch it at the moment. It's in a few places there. It's I'll let you know in due course there. It's on a website. Go onto the homepage, you can purchase it there. I'm just going to give you a few other options soon. Joanne says, we used dowsing rods last night during an investigation. Interesting results. Jessica, you used them as well, you used them in investigation.
Yeah, they are definitely an interesting tool.
They're a useful tool.
Yeah, I think part of it is like as I always say, like when it comes to like dowsing rods or pendulum, it is an extension of self. So like, and I mean that in a way that we can manipulate, even though it doesn't feel like we can do a lot. Our energy does put that into that. So yeah, I when I first started using dowsing rods, I felt like I was what's the word? Like I wasn't able to really click into them as well. But now that I've become more confident and not necessarily letting my ego step back a little bit, I feel like I've got a better connection. So that's just my experience. But Joanne, I'd love to hear how that went for you. That sounds great.
Colin says, hi Colin. So Colin says, I love my K2.
Probably love.
Is it love? I live my K2 most of the time. Laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Nice one, Colin. Yeah. I personally, I wouldn't use it myself. They're the K2 meter there. But I know if teams want to use it, if that's the way they feel it's confident that it's good and for practical use in paranormal investigations, and albeit there. So we're just going through the episodes. There's 3 episodes. Season 1, episode 1, Yole Clockgate Tower, which is based around the topic of that episode is retrocognition and hypnotism.
Yep.
Is a description for it. A venue dedicated to time, yet also punishment. Can a hypnotism experiment prove vital in seeing into the past? So for episode 2 is Friesgate Theatre, which is in County Limerick. And the subject of that is Enochian magic and scrying. The GhostÉire team revisit a site they studied back in 2015. Will an angel language aid them in gaining knowledge from otherworldly souls? And then episode 3, which is the old barracks in Carrigsabeen, County Kerry. The subject of that episode is ghost/spirit boxes. During the Irish Civil War, this building was set ablaze. Since then, spirit voices and strange, heavy breathing have been picked up at Restored Heritage and Event Centre. So, yeah, I've got some pictures here. I'm just going to quickly go through the cast and give a few mentions out, call outs and appreciation there. So, obviously, the cast includes myself, Cameron Murphy, Jessica, who's there, Derek, who's also on screen, and Jennifer, my wife, Jennifer Kerrigan. We're there for the whole 3 episodes. The producers are Stephen Buckhausen, Philip Connolly, Emmett O'Brien. They're from Deep Red Productions. A great thanks, appreciation to them as well, because working with them, they're amazing lads, great lads. And also myself and Jennifer were the producers as well. Cinematographers are Stephen Buckhausen, Philip Connolly, Emmett O'Brien, Owen Cotter Fitzgerald, and Al Green. Editors was myself and Philip Connolly. The sound was Matt Burke and Dave Gould. Visual effects was myself, which is drone footage, just drone operator, myself, Jennifer, and the son Stoker. Stoker. Music there by talented artists, Vegas Storm. There's a song at the end of each episode, and it's called This City, and it's by Vegas Storm, and she's touring England at the moment there. So it's she's a great artist, up-and-coming artist there. Transport Department, Breed O'Brien, Adam McCarthy, and Michael Brown. And we give special thanks there as well. This is to the cast. They're going to read them out. Serena Bolger, Mary T. Bradford, John Fraser, Emma Lambert, Samuel Lawrence, Andy Mercer, Karen Moran, Roy Murphy, Marie O'Halloran, Leo O'Sullivan, PJ O'Sullivan, Wayne Ruxton, Veronica Slomwani, Eva Walsh, and Lisa Whelan. So they were the cast that included the experts mentioned John Fraser, Andy Mercer, and Samuel Lawrence, and also the Pucker Bow team, which was PJ, Leo, Eva, Veronica, and also Rory. And also the Paragirls team, which was Lisa, Karen, Serena, and Emma. I think I got everyone's names there. And also the people we interviewed as well: Mary T. Bradford, Marie O'Halloran, and Wayne Ruxton there.
Yeah.
So we're just going. Points of views on getting the series out, and I'm just going to say, like, to everyone, that Jessica was amazing. She stepped in at the right moment to be the co-host of the show, the main host of the show.
Super job. Super job.
She did a super job there.
Yeah.
And also, Jessica.
It was great. It was so good. And like, I think you mean like it, everything happened to work out perfectly because like, do you know what I mean? When you asked me, like, I just finally was able to say like yes to a lot of things here in Ireland. And it was like, and of course your ask was like no brainer. Of course, sure. Let's do something fun. So this was fun. This was really good.
And it took the pressure off me.
Exactly.
it was either going to be you, Derek, or Jennifer. And that's it was kind of. But Derek as well, you were great as well, and I really appreciate your help as well. You know, it's great, and you know, it's great to move on.
I just saw Joanne's message. Can I reply to her? Joanne,
she says we prefer to know as little as possible after the location, and we don't have too many preconceived thoughts about what activity could happen. Exactly. That's true with locations there.
So right. Yeah, doing like a blind read, and I have to laugh because as you're like recounting the names of like the places that we went to investigate, I think I said all of them wrong. Like I am obviously not from here, and I'm like, y'all, are we going to y'all? Yogal? Actually, I called it Yogal.
You go.
Yogal, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like Kahasarine. And there was like I needed to do like some strict phonetics when I was doing this stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. So it was yeah. But that's part of it is learning. But you know, when we do in our investigations, it's like we don't want to know anything. We want to just walk in and feel and go from there. So yeah, definitely the way to do it, Joanne.
True, yeah, it's true, yeah. And
100%.
we did that recently in a place there in Waterford. Well, the past 2 investigations in Waterford there. I didn't give any of the lads any notifications of where we're going, or you know, and I made sure they didn't know where. I didn't tell them where we were going. Is that that's true? Isn't it, folks?
It was like an air code.
Yeah.
And that was actually like you didn't give it to me for a while. I'm like, where are we going?
He makes us work.
Yeah,
it was great. Exactly. And that's exactly
what we did do was a precognition kind of list, and I gave it to Derek, and he filled it in, and then I was able to tell him. After that, I told them there was a timeline for each team member to give in the precognition first thought and what they envisaged, what the location was. And I know Jessica, you weren't able to do it there, but Derek did do it. Cameron was unable to do it. But it's good to do those sort of tests anyway, you know, before, you know, because it's great. You might match up there. PJ, who's in part of episode 3 of Phantasm Collectors, thank you. You are such a genuine, fantastic team and a great bunch of people who can also laugh with. Thank you. As saying to yourself, there we do laugh at you as well, PJ.
Yeah, put it up there. Post what he put. That's literally it. That's exactly it. Like you gotta walk in blind because I'm like, I don't know where we're going. Like literally, I'm like, where are we going? Okay, I'll see you there. We'll figure it out.
A blind date, says PJ.
Exactly. A blind date with a museum, actually.
Yeah, blind date.
I don't know if you listen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you on my recap on my podcast. I know that you listened to that, Anthony. You watched it on YouTube, but it was like it fills such a wonderful gap inside me because I'm like a blind date with an empty museum at night.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's a dream come true. I swear, it's something that I never thought I'd love. But I'm like, oh my gosh, the peace and quiet with like art.
And it's like heaven.
Fantastic.
It's like heaven.
It's like heaven.
Just wandering.
Wandering around, feeling it out. Absolutely. Yeah. A blind date with the museum. Happy about that.
So I just got to show a few pictures from that. People haven't seen these pictures there, and probably those that were involved in it as well there. So I'm just going to show a few of these up there. So this is episode 2. This is Cameron scrying in episode 2. We also have, this is us, I'm directing the team there. This is up on the stage at Friarsgate Theatre. This is the manifestation board. This is a board you might see at the centre of the screen there. This is different types of categories of spirit. And we're asking what category of spirit they are, what category of spirit is around us, and what they thought we were as well. It's interesting. You can find out the results through watching the episode. Also, there's me. I did an Enochian magic kind of test, and I won't give too much info on that. Enochian magic is related to John Dee, one of the advisors to Elizabeth I, and it's very interesting. It's angel language. And there's the team, the production team, and ourselves there. That's Phil, Emmett, and Stephen from Deep Red Productions there, and they're good. Team Deep Red are so great to work with there, and I can't wait to work with them for a second series. And hopefully, we're about 66% sure we'll probably start filming the end of next year, next fall. Not this year, but next year. And there's ourselves with, I think Derek's there. This is with the interview with Wayne from the Clockgate Tower. Okay, and I just got to show a few more photographs before I head up. You might see a few more people familiar with. Oh, bugger, I pressed the wrong one. This is the one. Here we are. We've got Jessica behind bars here.
Yes.
You know, that's in the Clockgate Tower. We got the Paragirls there. Now, episode 1, like Adam's reviewed it as well. Go to unexplained.ie and you'll see the article on episode 1. It's a great write-up by Adam. He does a great review on the episode there. And you can see the paragulls there. This is the Clockgate Tower in Yole. Now, the problem with, we had quite trouble with the Yole Clockgate Tower with the noise. Do I explain, Jessica, what was happening that night?
You want me to?
Or do you want me to? I can explain. I mean, like there was like,
that's okay.
Well, you remember there was people outside the building. And
yes. Oh my God. I was like, what happened? Yeah. So it was a Saturday night. It must have been.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole, like, when we got there and started our process, it was like getting late already. Do you know what I mean? Like when we started like doing our filming. So it was already like a disaster outside, but there was a big club just down the road pumping jams. So it was like waiting for that to stop. And then it was just people, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot that you see, as I mentioned in the base, in the early on in the episode, that I mentioned that there's a lot of sound from that contamination because the Clockgate Tower goes over a road, so there's a little arch where cars can pass underneath. So there'll be a lot of sound from people coming in and out in traffic there.
Yes. On the main road, not just a road in Yole, it is the main strip that it goes over. So getting any of those kind of solid facts without, I guess, taking into account like the environment. Oh my gosh, it was a lot of like wait, especially with the mics and everything like that. It was just finding a good time to continue rolling and not.
And there's Lisa with the hypnotism, their retrocognition test from Paragirls. And we have there yours truly, Derek and Jessica. This was a transcription kind of software, kind of calling out vigil.
Yeah.
And there's Derek there. And there's ourselves, me and Jessica there, you know. So it's nobody. Adam didn't actually mention with the review. He didn't mention anything about my funky pants that I wear. Fancy pants. I was a bit annoyed with him about that now, but it's great, Adam. It's great what you did there. And there's Cameron there behind the camera there as well. So back to yourself there. I just come to a few of your comments there as well. So I know Colin says, I usually prefer to know the history of the location either. That said, missed a major sign that we were dealing with an evil entity at Loftus Hall. Kicking myself, I didn't connect to the dots when I found out.
Interesting.
Yes, Loftus Hall. That's an interesting story since we've been last on there. I don't know if it's going to be bought again or what's going to be done. Hopefully, it might get owned by, might be bought open as an attraction again or some sort of way that can bring money back into the community there. You know. But it's great sometimes to not know the history. Obviously, I do need to know where we're going because I'm probably location finder myself and the team. Joanne says buildings take on different atmosphere at night. Mm-hmm. That's true there, especially when you're alone in it there. PJ says, "Go Derek, the dream team."
The dream team.
Derek is like the A team. If we were like similar to the A team, Derek would be B.A. Baroccas. Jessica, you could be Murdoch.
Sure. Put me where you need me. That'd be it. Be like, cool. Give me a job. Give me a hat. I'll be right.
Mr. T, Anthony.
Mr. T, yeah. I'm clearly Mr. T. Yeah. He's Mr. T. Okay, I suppose.
PJ says, PJ says, I would love to go back to Loftus. We were in there at the beginning and a great location. Yeah, PJ, I remember you saying that and you were there. I remember that. I think it was a TV show as well. I think it was back with Vogue Williams as well. I think that was years ago as well. Amy from the A-team there. He's so this is a couple of locations where you can purchase it. I'm just going to give you show where you can purchase the Phantasm Collective as well. Great appreciation to Deep Red. Thank you. Why does that keep on coming up? Sorry now. I think that's what it was to end the show. Like, you know. Sorry. So well, there we go. So this is it. This is a show. Yeah. Great appreciation to Deep Red, Stephen, Phil, and Emmett for producing the show with us there. You can purchase it on Amazon UK. If you're in the UK, we'll probably hopefully set to go out as well on .com in Ireland and America in the near future as well. As you can see, that you have to the prices. I think it's 99p for an episode, 199 for the 199 for the series. That's where you can purchase on Prime UK. But also, folks, you can now it'll be available to watch on this channel soon worldwide, where you can purchase it as well. So it's available to watch here. So the series is going to be exclusively on Paraflix, which is worldwide global network. You'll be able to view it on there soon. So Paraflix, you can get a subscription, and we'll be revealing if stay tuned to the GhostÉire page, you'll be getting a percentage off the channel. If you want to subscribe, a subscription for a year, we will give you a special discount as well there. Paraflex has given us that opportunity to give you, the viewer. You can watch shows on there as different types of shows, not just our show, but anything to do with like paranormal, cryptozoology, documentaries. There's also music up there. There's vodcast shows. So if you're into the paranormal, it's worth watching and doing it. So Collins says, oh no, that's what Collins just put that up again early on. Okay, so I think that's about it, folks. We're coming to our hour and a half, and I really appreciate you all tuning in there. Any other thoughts there? I'll go to you, Jessica, first about Phantasm Collective or whatever topics tonight.
You betcha. So thank you very much for all of your questions tonight and for the readings. It was fantastic. Don't forget, you can go over to our website, www.ghostére.net. If you want to contact us directly, you are welcome to. Just go to the contact page, fill in the blanks, and if you want us to keep it as a private message, you can go private message or just in brackets. Yeah, when it comes to, I guess, any of our other lives that we've done, obviously we are on Facebook. You can go on Facebook and see those, or you can go to our website, www.ghostére.net. You can press the red button either where we are currently live, but you can also view past live shows. So you can do a catch up on past shows or seasons and, kind of see what our investigations are, where they are taking us.
And Derek, before you start rolling yourself in the washing machine, the tumble dryer.
Oh, yeah.
Any other thoughts?
Sorry, Anthony.
Any other thoughts before we go on the long spin? Any other thoughts before?
No, it was a great evening. Great evening. So really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it.
Just a few more shout outs. Colin says, I was the last person to leave Loftus Hall at night before it was handed over to the current owner. The energy of the house made it crystal clear. I'll be back as soon as I close the door. Yeah, it'd be great to see it back open again there, and it's great. It'd be great for the community then as well, And I think there's a fondness. Everyone's got that kind of sort of fondness with Loftus Hall there as well. There's always some bit of everyone's got a story to it there, or an encounter, or travel up to it as well. It's interesting as well. I remember breaking down in the car on the way there. I think it was still Hookhead there, Joanne says, great to meet everyone. Very interesting topics. Thank you all so much. Irene says, hi, Irene from California.
Hey, hello.
Thank you, Fee. Have a good time listening. No worries. I love to Ray as well. It was great seeing you last September in California there. I hope to see you again soon and again, definitely there. Before I forget, I better do the competition. And before we forget there, so here we go. Bridget, if you're still there, this is it. So we're going to find out. You picked number 3, Bridget. Let's see if you're successful. Let's go for it. You got a chance to win prizes in cash. Let's go for it. Let's see. You picked number 3 there, Bridget. Let's see. Let's see what's happening. You got to win some cash. Number 3 was. Which one was number 3? Which one was number 3?
No, the game over, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, it's game over. Bloody hell. freaking hell. Oh, game over. I'm sorry there, Bridget. Oh, what a shame there. Anyway, hoping there's another go on the next live show that we'll be doing in a couple of weeks there. Now, if you pick number, let's just see what the rest of it is there. You picked number 6 as well, wasn't it, Bridget?
Number 6, top right.
So number 1, 2, 3. Yeah. You game over. It was number 6 then.
No.
It would have been prize draw. You would have put your name in the prize draw. You know, so everyone gets the gist of how this game works there now. So you would have gone into the you would have put your name into the prize draw, and then you as well. You pick number 11 just for curiosity. We'll see what number 11 is. Hope everyone's enjoying this game. You get the gist of it now because we're going to be doing it again on the next episode. And it would have been number 11. And you would have won 40 euro if you managed to get past that game. Oh, damn it. Oh, crikey. Oh, what a pity there. Anyway, Bridget, sorry for that now.
There you go. Well, darn. Sorry.
Okay. Well done anyway. Good try. I'm sorry. Well done. I'm sorry. TJ says, thanks a million, Jessica, Anthony, Derek. Great show. Looking forward to the next one. And thanks, Jessica.
Thanks, TJ, for coming.
He says, Miss
Loftus
Hall. Great to listen to you all. And Bridget says, that's okay. I'm sorry now, Bridget. But there's another chance to go through it. There's another chance to do it. PJ says, thank you, Anthony, Derek, and Jessica. Great show. That's on the next show.
PJ.
I'll just go and run through this. On the next show, we're going to be joined by Louise Fagan, Aidan Quinn, and Corey Davenport from Northeast Paranormal Ireland. They're going to be talking about personal paranormal experiences, psychic development, and alternative dimensions. I think that's it, folks. It's got time to say goodbye. Back to normal.
See you guys. Thanks a million.
Thanks.
Take care.
All the best, folks.
See you next time.
We won't see you next time. We'll see you in the near distance. Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
Keep waving.
Keep waving.
I'll press the stop button. Bye.
Bye.